Hello everyone! And today, we are back for another Loomian Legacy Showcase video, and we are going to be showcasing Melee Bunnecki yet again. So, I am running the Brawny Nimble set with the Terra Shell item. You could run the Plant Shell for Timber Thrash, but I want to use it with Earthquake. The plan is Adorable Boost to lower my opponent's melee defense, Brawn Boost, and then beat them with either Earthquake, Timber Thrash, or SWAT, which is a move that Bunnecki has always had, but it's changed so it can actually hit air types for double damage. So yeah, it also even nullifies their air typing, meaning it can actually hit them with Earthquake right after. So that is really good synergy for Bunnecki. The TP is 200 in the melee attack, 200 in the speed, 56 into the energy, and 44 in the health. Not to mention Bunnecki got a melee attack boost recently. Yeah, it's not very high, but when you combine the Adorable and the Brawn boost, this Bunnecki can actually hit decently hard. The team I have around it is I have Loomians I can pivot it in, like Sirkame. I got Protogon with Zip Zap, and Your Snack with Baffle. The other Loomians I have is a Revenge Killer and Grabtana, a range tank like Pyrolin. I can also get rid of Barbs, and I love using Gandervale, so I'm using this to steal some items to hopefully support the team. So out of the way, let's see how Melee Bunnecki does in battle. Battle number 1 with Melee Bunnecki, and this is a Thunderstorm team. Oh gosh, this is a full-out Thunderstorm team. Glad I got an electric immunity. Not sure how it's going to do, though, because this thing hits me quad effectively, this thing hits decently hard, and this thing can also hit me super effectively. So, despite what looks like a good matchup, it actually isn't the best matchup in the world. So, we're going to see. It outspeeds Joltu, so that's good. I can use this as a Joltu swap. I can use this as a pivot on the Sachi as well. So, there are some Loomians I can definitely use this against. I'll bring you for the Surebot. I'll bring Protogon, because Protogon can be very good with Zip Zap here. Especially with no Zip Zap immunity, so I can definitely play with that. Steal some items with you, and like stealing a certain drop of youth from this guy. And I'll bring you Pivot. Yeah, that Scampy ain't very nice. I'm just gonna say that right now. That Scampy actually isn't very nice. I think we're gonna lead with Sirkame to anti-lead his Plasma. But he does go for the immediate setup of the weather. I'm gonna go for a Seasong and try to get some pivot off. And yeah, I probably should have led with the other guy, but I'm gonna go for a Seasong and get a pivot off. He has Zip Zap pivot, which is unfortunate. That does a lot of damage, but I get to keep Sirkame alive. He switches into Surebot, Helvantic, which takes a lot of damage from the incoming Seasong. So that's good. Takes a lot of damage from the incoming Seasong. And I go into Gandervale, and I get rid of an item immediately. Yeah, why not? Get rid of an item immediately. I don't have my immunity to Earth, but not the end of the world. Nothing that a Preemptive Strike can't deal with. So, Preemptive Strike comes in. I steal your specialty boots. So, we got rid of your boots, Loomian, meaning now my Bunnecki now outspeeds you. Now I'm going to go Your Snack and I'm going to pivot. I'm going to go Your Snack and pivot. Because I don't want to go into Bunnecki in case he goes for the Gnarly Gash. There's the tank. He goes for... I should have went Bunnecki there. That's fine. Not the end of the world. I'll pivot out. Yep, I'll go for the pivot move. Yep. Pivot move coming right in. Baffle. He stays in for the Primal, which will do a lot of damage. But we can actually bring in the Bunnecki immediately. We can actually bring in the Bunnecki and go for a KO here. We can go Bunnecki and threaten the Terra Shell KO. Does he even really have a switch for the Bunnecki? Problem is, since this is Adorable, he knows that this is a melee Bunnecki, which is a little concerning. But I'll just go for the Earthquake and play it safe. And that's why you play it safe. That's already going to be a KO for the melee Bunnecki. Unfortunately, the Terra Shell has been used. And now that he knows that this is melee, he's going to go into his... He's going to go into something. He's going to go into Scampy. I'm scared about Scampy. I don't know how I'm going to beat that thing. Surebot comes... Why the Surebot? Because it has good melee bulk. It's probably Clutch Plushie. And it's going for the Ice-type move. We're going to go for the Protogon play here. On the out of order. Is this the specialty goggle Sherbot, or is this the setup variant? Let's see. Which variant are you? You're Frost Beam? I can't tell immediately. All I know is that you don't have Overcloak, so I'm using this to my advantage. I'm lagging a little bit. We'll go for the Zip Zap for some damage. And I am Specialty Goggles, so this works. And if he sets up Thunderstorms, it actually will buff my Zip Zap. He goes for the incoming Plasma, which will take a lot of damage. Lots of damage coming right up. But his Overcloak will do a lot of damage, though. I'm going to go Bunnecki for the melee defense drop. And I'm going for the swat. I'm going for the swat move for the incoming Sherbot. I don't want Sherbot to come in for free. To be fair, Earthquake is probably still the best play. Yeah, Earthquake's probably still the best play. He stayed in. That's going to do a lot of damage. Yep, that's a 2-hit KO. Feral will not OHKO because, let's be honest, it's a Plasmob, although that did a lot more than I thought. Holy crap, that did a lot more than I thought. I'll go again for the Earthquake. He can't switch. Yeah, he can't switch. That's just a KO on Plasma. And once I stall out the turns, I think we got this. If we could stall out the Overcloak turns, I think we got this. So he's gonna go Sherbot for the Overcloak boost. Unfortunately, I'm not looking so hot right now. I'm not looking so hot right now with the HPs on all my Loomians. I am looking like Swiss cheese versus a Sherbot, actually. So I gotta be kind of careful. The Nuke of Out of Order is out. Not sure. I'm not sure if he's Goggles or not. That definitely didn't look like Goggles, so I'm gonna slap down his item. That definitely didn't look like Goggles, because that would have done a lot more, probably. So I'm gonna go for the slap down. He wants to save a Sherbot, so I get a slap down on Scampy. On Joltooth. Okay, Joltooth comes back in. I get a little bit of HP. I just gotta sack the... I gotta sack a thing. I gotta sack a thing. So I can't get rid of any items here. Yeah, I'll sack Sorkame. I'll sack Sorkame here. He's definitely Soul Burst Joltooth. Yeah, he's definitely Soul Burst Joltooth. Especially on this kind of team, that would make sense. Now, the only thing I am a little concerned about is if he has... if I don't KO this... If I don't KO the Joltooth fast enough. That is a little concerning, actually. If I don't KO the Joltooth fast enough, this could actually be a little concerning. Because I actually don't outspeed Nimble Joltooth. Primal Slash will not do that much, surprisingly. I will go Bunnecki to... I don't know, I'll say Bunnecki. Yeah, I'll see Song. I don't get it, unfortunately. That will KO me. Yeah, Thunder King actually gets a KO here. I'll go for the... I'll go for the... What do I do? I'll go for the Protogon play and hope. If I get a ranged attack, I'll stay in and Dart Burst. If not, I'll do something else. I do get range. I'm Dart Bursting. I'm gambling. We're gonna gamble with our lives here. We're gambling with our lives. He stayed in. He knows that we're gambling. Oh my god, that's not enough damage. Unless I hit a lot of times! And I do! That's why we gamble! So Joltooth is dead. The gambling with Protogon works. Like always. I don't know why. I actually like using Protogon. I don't think it's as good as Zulong. I actually really like using Protogon because it's actually kind of fun to use. And you're not Specialty Boots. You're Clutch Plushie. So I'm going for a Dart Burst here. I'm going for a Dart Burst to get rid of your Clutch Plushie. And if I get enough hits, you're gone. Wow! Protogon is popping off! The Protogon is popping off! Last is Sherbot, which the Sherbot is at full health, so let's chip it. That might just KO it all the way if I get all 10 hits. Dodge. Yay! I love dodge. So he dodges an attack. I don't know how that helps him. I'll just Dart Burst again. I think that might have been game. That might be game. Boop, 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 boop. Oh my god, Protogon. Protogon's popping off! Protogon with the late game sweep. Let's head into battle number 2. Battle number 2 at Melee Bunnecki. And let's see what you have. You have a Hunder. Okay. Has a Hunder. Deludrix. Looks like to be a relatively fast team, which isn't ideal. Oh, and Whippledrift. How do I beat Whippledrift? Yeah, how do I beat Whippledrift? Gotta steal his item. ASAP gotta steal his item. Has a Fishkarna, though, so that's good. I can hit it on the right side. I can also hit you for super effective damage. I don't hit Obsidian. I don't hit the I hit the Ludrix, but the Ludrix hits me hard in return. It's gonna be a tough match. I don't think this is the best battle for it, but we're gonna try it and see how it does. Kratana really isn't that good in this battle, although I kind of need it for the Tatub. Oh no, I have this for Tatub, but Tatub still kind of wrecks me if I'm not careful. I can bring you for that. I can bring you. I gotta gamble against that Protogon. Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta gamble against Protogon. So, okay, let's see who you lead with. Do you lead with Fishkarna? There's a couple options for him to lead with, and I'm not sure who he'll lead with. All I know is that Redemptive Strike means I can get rid of any item in the game. So Ganderville is a great Loomian to bring. I hope he leads Whippledrift so I can get rid of an item ASAP. Because if I can get rid of those boots, I can actually outspeed a lot of threats. Fishkarna lead. I'm not going to Redemptive Strike, actually. I'm going to chase down to get rid of an item. Because I have a feeling Fishkarna switches in this situation. Will he do it, though? He didn't switch. Well, he didn't switch, so did he set up? Oh, he has stratagem. Didn't do that much, surprisingly, though, so... Regift makes me lose melee defense, though, so I'll go for the... I know something funny we can do. I don't have any barbs, unfortunately. I guess I'll just go Surkame. Yeah, I'll just go Surkame. I'll go Surkame to live this hit. I actually thought he would switch, but I don't think he did. I'll go for the Rejuvenate the Heal. Rejuvenate the Heal. He stayed in again and hit me. That's fine. I get my... Got a crit. Yay, I love it. I love crits. But I got my health back up. I'm gonna have to Rejuvenate again, actually. I'm gonna have to Rejuvenate again. He waited out a turn. That's fine. This fish card is gonna actually be kind of annoying. I'm not sure how I'm gonna beat this. Effectively. I mean, like, effectively. I'll body crash it once. I'll body crash it once. There's some damage to it. That should get it into range for... That should get it in range for... Okay, you empathize. Okay. That should get it in range for Bunnecki. And then I just Seesong out here, and I save this for later. That should be in range. He stratagemed again, that's fine. Don't crit, he didn't. Good, good. Energy's down to nothing, but that really doesn't matter. I just want to threaten the Fishkarna. Fortunately, the Regift is gonna force back this Adorable. Actually, no, that doesn't affect the Regift. So do I make a predict? No, I play it safe. That's why you play it safe. You get rid of Bunnecki. You get rid of a crucial threat. Yes. Thank you, Melee Bunnecki. But now he knows that this is Melee Bunnecki now. So he's gonna bring it as Obsidian because he knows this is Melee Bunnecki. He now knows. Or he could go Whippledrift and wreck me with that thing. He went Hunder. Yeah, he knows that this outspeeds or speed tie, so we go your snack, we baffle out, and then we Redemptive Strike an item away on any Loomian. We can Redemptive Strike an item. So yeah, I'm switching ASAP. I'm not taking this hit. I know I don't outspeed this Hunder because I'm nimble brawny, I'm not very nimble. But you kind of need the brawny to actually deal extra damage. So there we go, you're in. I'm going to baffle out and try to keep you alive. I could also go for a slapdown, which honestly is not a bad play here. Slapdown surprisingly not a bad play here. I'm going to go for the slapdown, because he's going to predict me to baffle. Yeah, it predicts me to baffle. Slapdown on Whipple, slapdown on Upset. Okay, that's fine. Slapdown on Upset is fine. He does get a resilience boost though, but slapdown gets rid of his heavy armor, meaning that now I can actually, I could baffle out. He could Primal Slash for damage, but I I don't think he'll do that. No, he goes for the overload. Dang it, he went for overload. He's trying to overload your snack. That's fine now. We switch again. I didn't want to risk Protagon in there. I didn't want to risk Protagon. But now we'll go Protagon. And we're going to Zip Zap, I think. I think we Zip Zap here. Because you're never going to stay into this guy. Yeah, I think we Zip Zap here. Because I don't think you're going to stay into this guy. That would be kind of crazy if you stay into this guy. Because I have a lot of melee attackers. So I'm going to go for the pivot and get some momentum. Let's see if he predicts it. He could predict it. Even if he does, though, I can just always go back Protagon later. Let's see. He's going to stay in. I can tell by his... Yep. I knew he was going to stay in. I knew he was going to stay in based on his moves. Well, go your snack, because he's not going to Primal Slash. So that'd be way too predictable. Yeah, he's not going to Primal Slash. He's not going to double predict your snack. Yeah. He wasn't going to make the double predict. So yeah, okay. We just double again. We just double again. We just baffle again. Yeah, you go for the Drudge this time, that's fine. And now that you Drudge, I now don't risk anything. I now don't risk anything. And I just go for the attacking move. I'm gonna Metal Blast. I'm not taking any risk. Now that he has one Drudge, now I don't risk. Now I just go for the smart move. You know what? I am so not risking it. I'm Metal Blasting. I'm not Dart Bursting. I don't care. Go into your Hunter. Go into Hunter. Nope. Goodbye, Obsidian. I'm not risking Dart Burst. In this situation, I'm not risking Dart Burst. Now that's the time to not risk it. So, he goes Hunter to threaten out Proto. He goes Deludrix to threaten out Proto. This Deludrix is not Rain, so it is the secret ability. Good to know. It is secret ability Deludrix. Thunderstrike is looking good for it. Thing is I don't know what set it is. I don't know if it's boots. I don't know if it's goggles. I don't know what item it is either. I'm going to go Bunnecki and go for the Earthquake. Your melee defense has been lowered. You don't predict Barrel Blast. Now, are you... Now, what item are you on Deludrix? So, are you a Clutch Plushie? Or are you... Are you Clutch Plushie or are you Goggles? Or Boots? That is an interesting play, actually. I don't really need Bunnecki. I think this is worth a Earthquake here. No, he's Clutch Plushie, so I'm dead there. Yeah, I'm dead there. Darn, that sucks he's Clutch Plushie. So I do lose the Showcase Loomian there. That's fine. I can just get rid of an item. We get to see what item you really are. I assume you're Clutch Plushie, so... Let's just get rid of that real quickly, which that is going to be no more Clutch Plushie for you. Yeah, it was a Clutch Plushie. I should have just went into this, honestly. That was not smart on my part. I should have just went into that. And I don't really have a switch. It's kind of brutal, actually. I don't really have a switch for Hunter. I might have to sack a Loomian here. Or I just perch. Yeah, he outspeeds me. Dang. Is that Oko? No, but it does a lot of damage, and it does get the Paralyze, meaning that I actually will not be able to heal effectively. I think I'll do it one more time, and then I'll switch your snack. Yeah, I'll heal one more time. I don't think he can KO me this turn. I don't think he can KO me this turn. So, he's gonna go... He switched into Hunter. Doku! Okay, we know his last one. Oh, I should have saved him. Doku's actually a tough out, actually. Especially if this is that set. Dokumori's actually tough. I'll get rid of your item, though. First of all, I'll get rid of your item. Are you Toxic Spines? Or your restrictive armor, Toxic Spines? No, you are Sponge. Good, you are Sponge. I can go into... So you are Sponge for Sarkame. I can go... I'm gonna rest. I'm gonna rest and perch. I'm gonna try to keep Ganderville alive if I can. I'm gonna try to see if I can keep Ganderville alive here. Try to waste a little bit of Dokomori energy. Get some chip, then go into Proto. You did go for Plunge. So we know that you are Plunge on Doku. Which means... I can go for the free ear snack play. I can go for a free ear snack play here. Thing is, this is not helping me that much. Yeah, that really does not help me that much. Especially if it gets critical hits on me. Although if I baffle... Which who outspeeds and who? Okay, I outspeed him in this situation. He is the quicksand variant. So he is the quicksand tamp variant on Doku. Okay, so he's that variant. Good to know. We now know that the Dokomori is that variant. But his Dokomori also has no way to heal, so let's use that to our advantage here. And now with -1, you're not going to hit as hard as you used to. Yeah, you're going to have to get quicksand damage on top of the damage you're doing if you want to defeat me. And that is a 2-hit KO. So, does he predict something else coming in? Body Crash, predict the switch. Ah, I tried. I tried to predict there. Doesn't matter that much, though, because I think we're going to be okay either way. I'm going to go for a Rejuvenate in case he keeps me alive. But he didn't. He go for the KO there. That's fine. We basically just go Protogon here and just say bye-bye to Dokomori in a couple turns. We just say bye-bye to Dokomori in a couple turns. Maybe he'll save it, but I doubt it. I doubt he saves a Doku here. Not going to gamble. Just going to go for the Metal Burst. Goodbye to Doku. He goes Hunder. I go for the another move. That's the KO on Doku. And he will go Hunder. The counter Metal Burst. Yeah, he goes Hunder. Who's at full energy, by the way. That is actually a little concerning. Hunder is a little concerning, but I don't think it's the end of the world. We'll switch into your snack. Your snack's in. I have Redemptor Strike as well. Blaze Chomp, did get that right. Okay, this is a little concerning. We just gotta get a Rough Up off. We just gotta get some damage off on this guy. We gotta get some chip. Oh yeah, this is gonna be close. Boom! That's definitely in range. Yes, that's definitely in range. And now we know that his other guy is not in the right spot. We'll go into Gandervale to just save your snack for one more battle later in the game if needed. There we go. We go into you. Blaze Chomp will do nothing. Never mind, it did a lot. Holy crap, that did a lot on a crit. Redemptor Strike something, which will do a lot of damage. Maybe even KO Hunder, not quite. Thing is, I don't know if you are very nimble. I don't know if the Hunder's very nimble. I don't know if the Hunter's very nimble. So I want to just make sure I KO the Hunter before I go Protogon. It could be a very nimble Hunter. Very nimble gloves Hunter could legit be a thing. So, yeah. We're just going to go you. Risk free here. I don't even think a crit KOs me here. Yeah, because Tank is OP. Say goodbye to Hunter. We have a Protogon in the back. Protogon beats his Deludrix. His Doku's already dead, I think. I think his Doku's already dead. Either way, Dart Burst should be enough. So we should be good. I think that's it. I think that's the game. I think we just sprint. Sprint for extra damage, just to ultra make sure we win. He goes for a Jet Stream here. Getting rid of that Fish Karna at the start was huge. Getting rid of that Fish Karna at the start's huge. He went for a Thunder Strike, which will not KO me. Yeah, I think Air Snack just wins it from here. I think Air Snack just wins. So yeah, that is a GG's. A pretty long battle number 2. But the Bunnecki was able to get rid of the Fish Karna. Unfortunately, did die quickly thereafter, but that's kind of what you expect from a tech. Let's head into battle number 3. Alright, battle number 3 with Melee Bunnecki, and Melee Bunnecki has done very good so far. The thing is with Bunnecki is that since I am running Adorable, it's obvious that I am using a melee version. So you kind of lose a lot of flexibility. Maybe I try Noxus Weeds with a melee one and see how that works. Problem is that you'll lose a lot of damage, so it's not really the best play. This is actually not a great battle for it, because there is a Metatoad, there's that thing that hits me very hard, there is that thing that outspeeds, that thing that outspeeds, that thing that outspeeds. Doku's really the only thing I can really hit, and even then I could place Toxic Poison, so it isn't even really the best as well. We'll bring Gandervale lead. Gandervale lead looks good here. bring you for the Volcaloa, so I don't just completely lose to that immediately. Kraptana? Kind of a must bring here, actually. Wow, really? I must bring, honestly. Just for specifically that thing. Oh, no. Protagon. Over Shikame, but I lose so much pivot without it. We'll be fine. We'll leave you on Dorgo, and we'll just... Yeah, we'll leave you on Dorgo, because he's predicting me to go with the other fella. Doku lead. Yeah... Not great. Not great for me, because I can't pivot. I do get a range boost, though. Do I just go for the Haha Dart Burst? You know what? We're going to play the Haha Dart Burst with... He switched! He switched! Metatoad comes in, though. So, yeah, Metatoad does soak hits very well. And, boy, oh my god, that is a restrictive... That is indeed a restrictive shield Metatoad. That did... Wow, that did nothing. That is restrictive armor and a half. Now, what is this Toad? Is he the slap variant, or is he specialization? So I think both Toads can run that. I think both Toads can run that. You are Zip Zap. You're definitely not specialization. Okay. So he's definitely not specialization. Good to know. Not specialization. We could play that to our advantage then. He's gonna switch into... I don't know, actually. Wintrix? Oh. That guy. That guy. Oh, that guy. I know you're Clutch Plushie. I gotta do it. Oh! He's the utility version. So he's the utility Dorgo. That's actually okay. He's utility. Okay. So the Egg Lob's gonna do a lot to anything. And nothing really resists it too well. We'll go Protagon on this play. Then we'll pivot out. He doesn't want to lose his He doesn't want to lose his Dorgo. I get a melee. He goes Draco as expected. He's going to get a +2. He does not want to lose his Dorgo. But he knows I don't want to lose my Proto. I'm Zip-Zapping. Does he predict Zip-Zap? He does. He stayed in. He stayed in. Because he knew! He knew! Ganderville, goodbye. Goodbye, Ganderville. You're dead. Nothing I can do to save you at this point. Nothing I can do to save you. And that's a 2-hit KO. Yeah, it's a 2-hit KO with the Egg Glob. Now let's make sure we actually KO the stupid Dorgo so he doesn't do this later in the match. Let's actually KO the stupid Dorgo so he can't do it later. Okay. Katana, you're in. And the Rogue is looking pretty obvious here. So you Rogue Assault. And we know you're not Boots, so we outspeed you. He saves it, because of course he does. Oh, Doku's in. By the way, is that the Sponge? Be Sponge. Please be Sponge. It is. It's Sponge. Okay, it is the Sponge variant. This is definitely not ideal. This is definitely not an ideal situation. Oh no, Bunnecki. Oh no. I made a mistake. I should have went Bunnecki. He's gonna Icicle Trap. They baffled. Okay. I'm okay with that. He's gonna go back into that stupid Dorgo thing. And I can't touch it! Boo! I don't care, I'm baffling. I don't care. Use your Egg Glob again. I don't care. Nope, you Draco Beam. Of course he hits it, because he's Dorgo. Dorgo just hits every attack. Oh, I hate Dorgo. Oh, I hate Dorgo. I don't care about giving you a boost, because I'm outspeeding you next turn. So I don't care about baffling there. Kraptana, you're coming in. I don't care. You're coming in. You're coming in. You're actually going to KO this guy, because I'm not letting you in. I'm not letting Dorgo win. Not letting Dorgo win. Switch. Switch. You have to switch. You're forced. You're forced to switch. I now know your Doku is restrictive armor. So that's good. I know that his Doku's restrictive. So Who would he go into here? He goes back Doku. I at least stop the trap for a little bit. Now I'll go Bunnecki. I'll now go Bunnecki. Alright. Alright. There's the melee defense drop. On the ice filter. Yes, I'm glad I made this play now then. I'll go for an earth... No, I'll go for a brawn boost now. Because he's going to switch. I'm going to go for the brawn boost. Yeah, I'm going to go for the brawn boost and hope I can actually... Hopefully he doesn't have Wintrix, and if he does have Wintrix, I have SWAT that hits it quite effectively. He went for the Baffle for the pivot. I'm still +1. Now, is SWAT enough to actually KO Wintrix in one hit? We'll see. Is SWAT enough? Dorgo comes back in, goes for the attack. I just gotta KO this guy. I just gotta KO this. Just gotta KO the Dorgo before this thing has any chance of winning. The thing that sucks is that Egg Lob does a lot of damage. But I think this is a 2-hit KO, so I don't think it's the end of the world. Terra Shell will KO the Dorgo. Yes, Dorgo is indeed dead. And I have an extra turn before I switch. I do have an extra turn. Also, I can't switch into traps 2 times in a row. Yeah, my TPs are wrong. My TP spread is wrong. And he lives this, doesn't he? Because he's restrictive. Yeah, he's restrictive armor. So he does live the hit. Baneful does a decent chunk. Gonna switch, because the Egg Lob's gonna hit me. I'm gonna lose my tank, though, but that's fine. Just gotta go you. So the tank is gone because of the hazards, and I don't have any way to get rid of hazards. He baffles out, but his Dokabari is now out of energy. And the Egg Lob will not do that much, and the Dorgo is dead. What does he have left? I have Protogon. He still has Metatoad. Chironix. That's brutal. Chironix is brutal. That's a melee attack fall as well. Why? Why did it have to be that one? Okay. We have the Toad. We have the Protogon. We'll save the Ursnack, because Ursnack is a good pivot. Can I live a light-type attack with you? Yeah, I think I can live 1. But I'm dead to that, aren't I? Yeah, we're screwed now. Well, we're screwed now. We're screwed now. Yeah, I should have just let the other guy go. That was a bad play. That was my fault. That was indeed my fault. I lose now. I can't win this. Unless my Bunnecki can do work, which, baby, it's not over. The game isn't over. I did get 2 10 hits on the toe, which might have gotten it in range for Bunnecki. That might have gotten it actually in range. I'll go back you. I know you have Cycle Slap. I really don't have any other options, though. Slapdown does get rid of my health amulet, but not the end of the world, actually. I'll actually go for a Slapdown myself, actually. I'll go for a Slapdown myself to actually get a little damage. He'll stay in and Cycle Slap, I believe. Yeah, he stays in the Cycle Slaps, but I get some damage off. Not a lot, but I get rid of his restrictive armor, or shield. Yeah, armor's the melee side, that's the other side. That does a decent chunk. It's not enough. I don't have enough. Problem is I don't have enough resources to win. I don't have enough resources to win this battle. I need to Adorable Chironix. I need to Adorable the Chironix. And he actually predict that play too. But I do actually live the hit. I do live the hit though. You get to see your last Loomian. Oh yeah, we don't beat Tatsub. Yeah, that's it. That's game. Tatsub's boots. Yeah, Tatsub's boots. Yeah. You had Tatsub in the back too. Come on. You had Tatsub in the back as well. Boo! But at least we know that he's boots, so he's trapped, so I can baffle out. Yeah, now we know that he's trapped in because he knows that he is boots. Loose tank though, but hey, that's fine. I just pivot out. Yeah, he switched into Tronix? Doku. He's using Doku on this. I wish I KO'd it. I mean, another KO for Bunnecki? We just gotta look at the positives in these situations. Another KO for Bunnecki? Like, he knows his Tatab wins. He knows that his Tatab wins. Maybe he doesn't, actually. Let's see. We'll just go for the Earthquake. Maybe he will go in the Tyrannics. He might have to, actually, because... No, he knows I'm adorable. He goes Tatab and wins. He goes Tatab and T-Thrashes and wins. Okay, no, he's letting me hit Tyrannics. Okay. So we actually get to see how much this does. I think it's going to be like this much. Yeah, it does around that much. Because, yeah, 73 melee attack isn't much. But I do get a little bit of damage. I would have needed a Brawn boost and a melee defense drop if I wanted to get rid of that. Fortunately, just not enough resources. I lost to the Dorgo that broke my team. And then I lost because of... There's a play he made. I forgot what play he made. I kind of forgot. Kind of forgot the play he made. He made a play. He made a good play. I made a bad play that wrecked me. No, me losing the Tyrannic Spectral Burst and the Graptana is what got me there. But yeah, that's a GG's. And Melee Bunnecki is pretty good. I think it's a pretty good Loomian. I think the problem is with my version, I don't know if I should run Adorable. Because Adorable is good at lowering melee defenses, but good players swap out. So maybe if I ran a Noxious Weeds melee variant, that might be the better play, because it could be a more element of surprise. I could go for the Brawn boost, and then they'll be like, oh god, this is a melee attacker. So I feel like Noxious Weeds is still the better ability, because anytime Adorable is set off, they're going to know immediately that it's the melee version. So that is kind of the... I feel like this set in particular is Fool's Gold. But I still think it's a good Bunnecki. I still think it can be used after a Brawn boost. But I actually think it is kind of Fool's Gold. I think Noxious Weed is probably the better ability on it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video of me showcasing Melee Bunnecki, and I'll see y'all all later. Bye-bye!